Good afternoon, everyone. You in the middle, Nige.
Yeah, mate. Ugliest in the middle.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's very pleased to be joined by assistant coach Tom Coventry for Samoa and players Seilala Lam and Nigel Wong. We'll now open the floor for questions. If you could please raise your hand and a microphone will come your way.
Hello, I work for a French newspaper. I have a question for the coach. This Samoan team is made of a lot of players from different backgrounds. How do you build this team?
How do we beat?
How do you build this team?
I'll build. That's a good question. So one of the challenges of coaching Samoa is to bring our players together from all around the world. You're correct, they do play in every part of the globe. So a big part of what we do is we return back to Samoa and we assemble the boys back in their home. We spend a lot of time training with our families and with our public, and we basically reunite with a culture that sometimes the boys are estranged from playing in other parts of the world. So it's a big challenge. I've been involved with Samoan rugby for 10 years, and it's always one of the biggest challenges when you coach with Samoa is to bring the players back. They play in different teams, different styles, different types of games that they play, and one of our challenges is get them to play together and come up with a system and a game plan that suits the way we'd like to play. So it is a tough challenge.
Another question and then we'll go here.
Question to Seilala. Just wondering, you've got, first question is that you've got quite a few family links within the team, coaches and players. Talk to us a bit about that. And also the fact that you're playing in France, somewhere that has really helped your career go from playing, I think, Fédéral 1 and now you're at World Cup.
It's been pretty special, and I've been blessed enough to play with family members, and especially to have a few family members on the team now. It's always special, and it's memories that you'll cherish forever. With playing in France, I've been very lucky to be here. Been here for about 8 years now, playing for Nevers and Perpignan. I've learnt my craft here, and I'm always grateful, and always want to give back to France, especially playing in this World Cup. So, yeah.
Question for Seilala. In rugby, how do you mix the different style of rugby?
How do you mix different styles of rugby in our Samoan team? Everyone has their own attributes, but being a Samoan, we love the physical side of things. So it's not hard to mix that side of rugby. So, when we come together, we may be quiet and humble and, happy people, but when we get on the field, we love those sides of rugby. So, yeah.
There were quite a few members of family and friends in the stand watching your training there. Tom, you mentioned that you guys went back to Samoa for 6, 7, 8 weeks over the summer, so now you're seeing a family and friends for the first time maybe, or for a long time. So how important is it for them to be present at the game as well?
Yeah, it's always important because it is our backbone, our family members being here. Without them there, we wouldn't be here, be doing what we're doing. Those that are here with our kids and especially our partners that are holding it down for us. So, I'm lucky enough, my family's here, so it's always special to have the other boys' families here too, just to have a little bit of home here in France. So.
A question for Tom. Eddie Jones has said earlier today that he expects, it's not controversial from Eddie for once, he said that he's seen rugby change and it's going almost like in blocks of 30 seconds of like blitz playing, and then it gets physical and then you have to rest and you go again. What's your impression of it with your vast experience as a coach and as a player? And are you seeing rugby going in that same direction as well?
Look, I think Eddie makes a good point. The game is always developing. It's at a stage now where it is ball and play is starting to improve actually, but there's a lot of kicking in the game. And you're right, there's 30-second spells is a good period of play. You know, if you go back over the years, you know, the ball could be in play for a minute or so. You know, but not anymore. Defences are really tight, well coached. Getting the ball back is very difficult. You've got to be very good with your discipline. And so, yeah, he's right. It's a very pattern game, and relies very heavily on good discipline and good structures around getting the ball back, but also playing off a good set piece. So, I think he's got a point. Where the game's going to, who knows? It's constantly developing. The lawmakers, the coaches, the players. It's a pretty innovative game, but right at this moment, you're right. I think it is very much like you described.
A question, what is the place of the Samoan rugby in the game that you described just now?
Are you referring to where we fit in the scheme of things as far as all the teams together? Oh, I think it has a huge part to play. We're our own individual culture. We bring a style of rugby that is different than everyone else. As the boys have already alluded to, family plays a huge part. Our culture plays a huge part in what we do. Having the families around is a very big part of it. And playing for our people at home. Manu Samoa is the people's team. So we have a lot of pressure on us to play well, not only for our families, but for the people at home. We're a very small nation of people and very passionate about rugby. And I think that applies to all the Pacific nations. They bring their own flair and style. We're a very happy bunch of men that we've got here. We enjoy singing and listening to their own music and appreciating the culture that we bring with us to different parts of the world. I think we celebrate the game well and we play with a lot of passion. And I think hopefully we have to see that tomorrow when we play against Chile.
And can you describe this different play, this different rugby?
I think Salala hit it on the head. The first thing is the physicality. Playing Pacific Island rugby, we played in the Pacific Nations Cup obviously before we arrived here, and you're playing in 33, 34 degrees, very hot and very hard games of football. The physical nature of the game is always high. I suppose for us it's about bringing that physicality and, as I've already mentioned before, a high skill set, making sure that our discipline and our decision making is good. I think the celebration, I think these boys are very skillful with the ball in hand. I think you'll see them play when they get opportunities to play. And I think they put a little bit of pressure on themselves sometimes, but when we're at our best, we're relaxed and we play a style of rugby which everyone enjoys to watch.
Question for Nigel.
Thank you.
Question for Nigel. I think you're right saying you're playing your first World Cup game this weekend, age 33. Do you think you'd ever get there to a World Cup?
33.
He's 35, by the way. Yeah, it's always been a big goal of mine to play for Samoa and also at a World Cup. So to be here I'm just pinching myself every day, being in this environment and being here in France for the World Cup. Yes, probably at the later end of my career, but still special. So.
Again, you've got, for both you guys actually, you've got quite a few ex-All Blacks, ex-Wallabies who've come in to the setup. How much of a boost has that been to you guys?
Obviously, the experience from, those big team environments, being valuable to us, not just on the field but off the field as well, just pushing standards of professionalism and good training habits and stuff like that. So it's the inclusion in that into the team has been awesome for us.
Another question? No, that seems like it's all. Thank you very much, everybody. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
That ends the end of the match briefing for Samoa. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.